Okay, today we're going to be learning how to change the belt on a GY6 scooter. This one's a little bit more custom than most of your GY6 scooters. It's one of my custom bikes. Now I'll give you a quick walk around just so you see how most of the stuff's the same, but there's some differences. I got it up on the motorcycle jack so I can get a little bit higher. Alright, the tools that you're going to need to change your belt is very simple. You're going to need a ratchet, extension, and an 8mm socket. Some people have a plastic cover here, and that'll be as simple as using your Phillips screws and taking off some other bolts and nuts to remove that plastic so you can get to this service cover. Alright, so we're going to start by taking that off. What I like to do is I crack them loose, go all the way around and crack them loose. That's all of them. Then I take the extension and use it as almost like a screwdriver and pull each and every one off. All these bolts are pretty much the same size. I don't think there's any differences, so don't worry about mixing those up. It's always good after you put this back together to check these bolts and nuts on occasions, just to make sure they haven't vibrated loose at all. That way, if anybody on my viewing page finds that they want to learn how to do some custom bikes or even have a custom bike built, just post a comment and give me some contact info and I'll be able to help you or even build a full-on bike for you. I built this bike for around $500. And that's including the price of the bike. I got the bike used. I think I paid like $100 for a bike. Something like that. And most of the parts were made in-house. There's a paper gasket. Really serves no purpose but to keep the water out of the intake, out of the cover here. Some people, I've had this off more than enough times, so it's actually pretty easy to take off. I do not remove the kickstart bolt because the kickstart bolt is actually, the whole kickstart's part of the cover. So let's move this, and you can see we got some belt slap going on in there. Now, the belt on here is not the correct belt, because it is just something cheap I bought just to get around with. Just something quick. Not the right belt at all. Most people would say take your mech bouncer off and your clutch bolt off, pull your clutch plates and all that out. I find that a lot harder to do, so what I'm going to do is use my palm and pointer fingers. I'm going to shove them into the pulley and I'm going to squeeze it. And if you cannot squeeze that, which I can't right now for some reason, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the starter gear out first. And this is just a couple seconds of fiddling with it. Once you get that out of the way, this is your starter gear. It engages the starter on your flywheel. I'm going to actually work the belt off. what I do is I take the belt, I pull it up. Sometimes this is easy, sometimes this isn't. So you squeeze this and get the belt in there, it gets the belt loose. Pull the belt off. And then, as simple as releasing some pressure. And your belt's off. And that's as simple as taking your belt off. Your new belt's just as simple as putting on. Squeeze this, you do have to have some muscle. Squeeze this, push the belt in, push the belt down in the pulley to hold the belt in, pull it over your flywheel and your clutch assembly, and just squeeze it again, push the belt back into place, and that's it. If you got any comments or questions, just subscribe to my YouTube page.